Hello and welcome back. We're here again. Maybe we don't know for how long, so we have to kill or invite to take his Twitch title as soon as possible.
Yep.
I'm the Beard from Heel Turn Radio. You can follow me at Huey Beard Walks, or you can check us out all the places that you can find at Known World Unite or Known World United on Facebook, Twitter, so much more. Hey, here on Twitch every other Wednesday. So when you hear the creepy woman, you know it's time to start recording.
This meeting is being recorded.
Ah!
God, that gives me life.
The best part of you doing that every time, Dan, is I have to go back and wait and remember to edit it out of the beginning of every episode. Welcome to another episode of D&DDT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty
boys.
This is episode 124 of the Tasty Boys, an ongoing, fast, casual D&D 5e interdimensional culinary experience. I'm the Beard from Heel Turn Radio, your dungeon master for the evening, and really all of the evenings, or at least every other Wednesday, where we tape D&DDT on twitch.tv/Known World United. You can catch episodes on dnDDT.com or follow us on Twitch at DNDDT Podcast. And hey, as long as you're stopping by the website, you might as well check out some D&Ds, where Warrior goes through and statistically analyzes every decision we've ever made. Without further ado, and right after the man to my left, your right, my right, your left, the ringer, start us off. Let the folks know what's up and what's up with Horatio Hetfeld.
All right. As you mentioned, I am Nate, your D&D ringer, playing Bard Extraordinaire Horatio Hetfeld. Last time, I believe you asked us to ponder a menu item that would be named after our character at the old Tasty Boys. So I forgot about that until just a little bit ago. Surprising.
Perfect.
But luckily, I did write down something last time. So I, in my infinite wisdom, came up with the Horatio Harpsicle.
Oh,
It is a pineapple flavored freezy pop for the kids.
nice. I love it. I love it. All right. Next.
I'm Warrior. I play Kletos Begor, spelled like it sounds, Minotaur Monk, Red Meat Babyface, Doom Digger Doom Tree, and Horatio Hetfeld, and a bunch of other stuff. Last time on D&DDT, I donated some reading materials to the local library.
True story.
I am, because I do believe it's me. I'm Orin Vite, resident international deathmatch Ironman superstar, Esquire extraordinaire. I play Digadoon Tree, Tabaxi Warlock of the Woods, attuned to Kletos Begor, White Meat Babyface, and the menu themed item that I would have would be Digadoon fries. It's like, imagine Five Guys fries get at us, like just like a large order. So it's mountain, but somewhere in there, you guessed it, miniature bear trap.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Free surprise inside.
Yeah,
everyone likes it. Oh, I forgot to say my menu item. I did create a menu item.
Lay it on us.
It's more of a like to-go item. Like in the gift shop, you can pick it up, take it with you on your journey. It's just a simple snack for the road. It's Kletos Begorp.
one for the kids.
One
That
for the kids,
is-
definitely. Hi, I'm referee Dan Fitzgerald, playing Lom McKillface, Dwarven Barbarian Rogue, currently taking a nap because of shenanigans I've never healed in the past 3 episodes, it seems like, so that's on me. And my menu item is just like Lom, not that creative. Lom's lamb chop.
Just a lamb chop, basic, simple.
Could have just condensed that to Lom chop.
Yeah, that's actually a much better name, and I never thought of it.
Yeah, really
I just wrote Lom's lamb chop, and I'm just like, done. There we go. It's like
that's why Cletus is the ideas guy.
Yeah.
This is why you get paid the big bucks.
That's why he's the brand ambassador. Yeah.
This is why I give my players 2 weeks so they come up with things like I wrote this down and now I am saying.
Hey, I'm taking notes now.
I wrote down a thing once, maybe.
I didn't say everybody.
All right. Well, I am Joel playing Big Bloody Rock Leafbottom, the halfling barbarian turned monk, whose dish clearly would be the rock lobster. It's very aromatic so that you can smell that it's cooking.
I love it. Not too shabby. That is the list of dishes that would have been in good old New Kings Bay.
Rest in peace.
RP.
Um,
Those crabs, they have no guidance.
So it's all just micro machines in a backpack somewhere now.
Yeah, somewhere.
So yeah, when last we left our intrepid adventurers, Lom was taking a long overdue nap due to the fact that he was reoriented back to the giant tree and met some friends he'd already met.
Yeah, friends. We call them friends.
Well, hey, buddy, you're the one who attacked them out of the blue. Just saying. And for everybody else, why don't you guys set the scene for our listeners today? Let them know where you're at, who's with whom, and what y'all up to.
Mom, do you want to go first? Tell us what you're dreaming about.
Well, before Lom took his dirt nap, he was going back to you guys, and then felt his spell go off, and he's just like, impulse control was not there, and he ran back the other directions. Ran into somebody who was getting into a fight, tried to help that person in the fight, got stabbed by said person he was trying to help, decided to say, oh, you're going to be that type, bounced out of the fight, and then got attacked by some people he ran away from and hid from earlier in the episode, and is now taking a nap. And the last thing on my notes, it said Beers is a jerk.
Wow, that's something you don't say out loud right as the game starts to the DM.
Looks like I can kill Orin for his belt and Dan for funsies.
Love you.
All right, so Dan was being an asshole. What was the rest of you guys doing?
We're also being assholes. No, we were we were
yes, but how?
we were lukewarm on the trail of Lon McKillface. In that 3 of us were trying to find Lom. But only one of us knew where he is. If you will. And we did, because we can all be easily deceived.
Seriously,
There
it's
you
kind
go.
of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, let's start it up then. You guys have been most recently deceived by rolling terribly, and
I
Lom
don't think
is.
it was.
What?
It was not
That's how it
terrible. I'm pretty sure we both had natural 20s.
That's true.
I'm just more charismatic, naturally.
Somehow.
Naturally. Also, last thing I have in these notes, this specific note thing, is B&E later. So, there's a
B&E
little...
later. That's always in there.
This is the end of every note session. B&E later?
Isn't that the cover?
Yeah. Different ways to perform B&E. Yeah.
That's like the when something accidentally gets moved from the body to be part of the template of a meeting template, and under old business it just always says B&E later. We'll start off with the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's totally
Finish that?
it's totally in the PowerPoint notes section.
Yeah. That somehow always ends up on the screen.
Yeah. You're like, what is this about? I don't even
B&E
know, Martha.
later? Should I be asking them about it? So no,
That's cool.
ask Cletus about B&E later. You know, if there's any B&E to do in the woods.
All right, so Digger, what are the chances you're actually going to help them find Lom?
Oh, highly unlikely.
Excellent.
Because he's what, northeast? Is what I said.
Yeah, you said he's in the northeast corner.
Yeah, northeast corner.
Yep.
Yeah, he's totally there. It's absolutely where he's.
All right, well, how intently are you guys going to keep pushing? Because we're going to have to.
We have to find him.
Yeah, we're trying to find Lom.
He's
Like,
dire straits right now. He could be on his last leg, hopefully.
He told Horatio he was in trouble.
He did. Hopefully we find him soon.
All right, so how do you guys want to proceed? You have a very strong feeling that Digger really doesn't know anything beyond him being northeast. So, what's your modus operandi going to be in order to find him?
I mean, I'm still trying to track.
Okay. All right. Well, then anybody who's still trying to actively track can roll survival checks.
All right.
18.
20.
21.
Well, look at you.
All right. I'm assuming that
I rolled a
Digger is not
natural 20.
actively trying to track.
He rolled for it.
Yeah, natural 20 for a 23. Because I'm trying to throw these rolls here, but unfortunately you can't do that. Not when you want to.
Okay, so wait, does that give you the highest? Does Orin have the highest? Anybody beat 23?
No.
All right. Well, Orin gets to lead where we're going next then.
Dude, northeast corner, we're going straight there. I know it's just right by the Babbling Brook, you know.
Under the cork tree.
Yep.
That's where it is.
He's going to lead you guys for about 10 minutes. And then let's everybody make another survival check.
15.
17.
18.
All right. Another 10 minutes in the wrong direction. Let's roll again.
Yeah, baby.
20.
14.
13.
21.
All right. 30 minutes in the wrong direction, and we're going to switch over to Lum. Lum, you wake up in a rather serene glen. You look around and you see that there are a number of large trees. At the base of one of the trees is a rather kind of large circle with different inscriptions. There are some constructed leafy huts in the trees, and a kind of crudely built platform near the top of the kind of largest tree that extends upward. You feel like there is kind of really strong connection through your blood to this place, although it's not kind of screaming like your auntie told you it would if your father was here, but you feel like there may be the trace residue of him in this space. How would you like to proceed? What are you interested in doing? You were just kind of like laying out on the forest floor currently.
Uh, because I was asleep and did the whole thing. Now that I'm awake, am I just at like 1 HP right now?
Maybe. What do you feel
Okay.
like you're at, Lam? How do you feel?
Well, I figured since I was woken up, I literally at least at 1, so
Yeah,
I know I had to go down to 0 for
you're at
that.
one.
So
Didn't
okay,
quite have a short rest. It's
no,
only been a half an hour or so, 40
yeah,
minutes. So you were
um,
unconscious, but it wasn't very restful sleep.
no, um, I so it's the can I just try to find traces of anything that might be familiar to me and what I'm looking for family wise, I guess? Like
Sure.
insignias, items,
Yeah.
even survival food barrels and things like that. Survival items.
Yeah. Make me either an investigation check, or you could make me a perception check if you're just going to look from where you are. If you're going to get up and move about, investigation would probably be more appropriate. Yeah, tell me.
Investigation will be a 13.
None of this looks particularly dwarven. It doesn't look like there's anything that is reminiscent of the dragonfly or kind of um, your kind of history, um, or even your kind of auntie's uh, history.
Can I do this isn't gonna work, but can I like do like a base arcana check just to see if there's like some sort of weird magic vibe that's strongest somewhere with what
Well,
little I
yeah.
know about magic?
So your like kind of blood magic that your aunt kind of cast is Arcana. So it doesn't make a difference whether you're good or bad at Arcana. That's what you're using.
Okay.
So yes, go ahead.
Arcana is that's a natural 1.
Wow.
Um, man, magic, right?
Right. It's just like I hate this stuff.
Yeah, you are feeling kind of more like childish resentment than ever at your aunt for kind of sending you on this errand, considering you never really wanted to know um, your father.
Yeah, I'm just this entire place is stupid. This entire quest is stupid. I'm putting that old lady in a nursing home the further I get home. That's an internal monologue. And I guess I'm just gonna keep
As
searching
opposed to you
around.
just standing in the middle of the forest talking out loud to yourself.
Yes, because
As
that would
soon
just
as
be
I get home.
yeah. No, I'm just gonna like do another investigation check and just see if I can't find anything at all. Just something that might help. Because now I'm hurt, I'm lost, I don't know where I am. So
Well, you find yourself drawn to the tallest of the trees, and as you look up, make me a history check.
my history, I believe, is that so 16.
Um, you know that the as you look up and you see the kind of upper part of it, that's the top of the tree that you were sitting on when you like came to, that you were drawn to. So you've been brought back to that site.
Yeah, this is probably a stupid idea. I'm gonna go climb that tree and just go back to the top and
All right. So as you head over to climb the tree, we'll cut back to your ding dong friends and see if they can find you.
okay.
Survival checks.
Yeah, baby.
21.
Anyone beat a 21?
10.
Yeah. I beat him with a 22.
I'm going to start saying my number after Boo.
Yeah, dude, you gotta just let me roll first.
All
Because I'm
right,
literally
then
beating you
roll
by
first.
1 every time.
Ow!
He's rolling in D&D Beyond. I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I see it too, but it's just ow.
It's a digger magic.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got for the next one, Oren?
Next one, oh, that's an 11.
Can anyone beat an 11?
10.
14.
Well,
All right,
Wow,
so
you guys almost didn't beat my 11. Come on.
so Rock, you start to like look around, and you're like not seeing any. You're not seeing any traces, and you're starting to think like that maybe you and Digger aren't following the same thing. Like you've been the three of you have been kind of following him along, but now you're kind of like, I don't see any, anything that I think I can follow. What are we following?
They're not llama tracks. It's like a squirrel, but llama's feet are bigger.
yeah.
Oh yeah, long track? Yeah, that's what I've been taking. The long west followed. Yeah, northeast corner. That's where I last saw him. What was it, 2-3 years ago?
Oh, you saw him there 3 years ago?
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen him. I saw him in the tree and then.
Okay. Well, we saw him more recently than that. How long does it take to get to the northeast corner? Is that really far away?
We're making progress.
Well, I know, but I mean, Lom's not that fast. I'm way faster than Lom. So, you know,
In theory, we could have passed him, but remember, his family are Yonti, so they could have assimilated with the woods. For all we know, we've completely walked past them like 50 times. And
All right,
just
Digger.
look like trees.
I think it's time for another deception check.
I can do that. I can do that one really
Or
well.
persuasion, I suppose, but deception, I feel, is probably a little more accurate right now.
22.
Anyone beat a 22?
Dirty 20.
Do we also roll deception or do we roll something else?
No, you'll roll
Inside.
insight. Yeah.
oh,
Because he's the only one who's trying to deceive, as far as I know. Unless y'all are playing like a game within a game, I'm unaware of.
Game within a game within a game.
My 10 is probably not going to get it done.
I rolled a natural 20, which means that I got a 22.
Is that tie?
Yeah.
Um,
I go to the
Runner.
Cletus, you're like, something's
runner.
up, man. Like, I've
wait.
eaten a lot of shit and thought it tasted pretty good, but at this point,
Doesn't sound like me.
okay, spud like it sounds.
Well, what? I don't know. You know, maybe we've tried your method long enough, and we should try something else, since it doesn't seem to be working. And the last, location data on Lom being where you thought he was is like 3 years old. So, and we just saw him like yesterday. So he's probably not up there now that I think about it.
Yeah, but I feel like if he's there once, like that might be his home base. Maybe that's just where he hangs out.
It might be, but Lom doesn't know about doing the Hank yet.
But his family might. I don't know what Yonti can do.
I don't either.
They can know magic. They could. I don't know. They're pretty sneaky. We saw one that didn't even look like a snake, and apparently she was. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's true.
The hard part for me, honestly.
could be walking into a den of snakes, but maybe that's a risk we have to take as seasoned adventurers.
I mean, this is true. We've done worse. We had to kill how many crabs was it?
It was a lot of we really have a debt to pay back to the crab community.
And I feel like snakes are crab's number one predator. So
Is that
I think it lines up. Well, I know anything about snakes and crabs. They're like mongooses and snakes. They just
maybe.
You know?
I mean, maybe. I haven't seen any crabs here though, so I think we're
Because
going to be
the
on our
snake
own.
population is insane.
I haven't seen any snakes either. I saw a pig once and some ducks that seem real mean.
Oh, that's the
Mean or justice driven.
I mean, potato,
I
potato.
just want justice. Sweet, sweet, bloody justice.
They also may have, they're hanging in like a bloody pit. So,
Yeah.
Ambiance.
I just hope they're the big
First
bad,
impression.
I hope when all is said and done, we should have investigated that pond a little bit
It's
more.
2 ducks. They each have 3 hit points. It's a very short fight.
It's just real quick.
Back now reincarnated as a duck.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think that we should go. I think we should look in another direction. And I'm going to use an ability of mine. I'm going to get out my trusty cartographer spyglass situation.
Ooh.
And all right, I'm going to roll a DC 15 wisdom check using my cartographer's tools, which I'm proficient with. Oh snap. To see if I can't get a better lay of the land. Oh, I did it. That's a 17. Hey,
I did it.
I did it. I only got +2 wisdom. I'm not that wise. So using my spyglass of clairvoyance, I can look through a location within a mile of me that is obstructing my view, such as a mountain, castle, or a forest. And if I succeed, which I did, you were all here for it, I can map the natural terrain within 3 miles of that chosen point. So I'm just going to map 3 miles around where we are.
Only Plato and I can read it out.
Natural terrain.
All right.
Yeah, it's obviously in Supernal.
Yeah.
What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to roll me a D100.
Hey, I'll get the big boy up.
Yeah.
I love that die.
What'd you get?
1.
Nuh-uh. There's no fucking
No way.
I mean,
there's no way.
That's amazing. How
There it
many
is.
miles were you supposed to be able to see?
3.
Okay. It starts to peter out after about a mile.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should have wiped this off before I looked through it. It's got some forest gunk on it. All right. Do I see anything
Joel,
of note?
When he does that, like as he's kind of putting it out there, you feel a warmth coming from Kletos.
Like a ghost?
Go.
No, unlike a
Possessed.
ghost. more akin to the kind of attunement and kind of focus of your ki.
Okay.
That this seems like a concentration or translation of his ki, but it doesn't feel quite Kletos-y. Feels like something's fucking with it.
Can I tell what is?
Yeah, why don't you? Well, tell me what you're gonna do to try to figure that out.
I am going to try to channel my own key.
Okay. And what are you going to channel it into, or?
To like really focus in on what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
To see if there's anything that is disrupting. Like, is there an outside force?
Okay. All right. So, how are you focusing it? What are you doing in relationship to Kletos or the spyglass or the space, or are you just kind of like looking around with your key tinted eyes?
Yeah, that one. I mean,
Okay.
he doesn't, Rock doesn't have a wide skill set at this just yet.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, he basically knows like warm punch.
Worm punch, ghosts.
Yeah.
Don't beat up the ghost dad.
Yeah. Yeah. So why don't you make me a wisdom check?
Okay.
Wisdom is key, correctly? You guys are wisdom boys.
It's wisdom.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled better than Ryan by five times better. I mean,
I thought he got a 17.
I thought you rolled a 1.
Rolled a 1.
The last time on the D100. I was like, to do that check, he rolled like a 17. Okay, I got it. 5 times better. Oh my goodness.
Exponentially better.
You feel like there's nothing that could not be solved without a good, just straight up transference of key.
Okay. Knowing that, I am going to deliver some key to Kletos the only way I know how to.
Excellent. Go ahead, buddy.
18 to hit.
Oh, you failed to deliver the key.
Kletos, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 25.
All right. When he hits you, you guys both start to glow, and you also connect with the spyglass. For Digger and Horatio, you see something similar to what popped open when you moved through the veil in between planes. And there is this kind of glowing phosphorescence of the connection between the three of you. Rock and Kletos, the two of you can see kind of zoomed way out, like you are flying above this forest. Kletos, can you roll me a D100 again?
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll like little boys this time because that hurt my feelings.
I mean, move.
I rolled a 1 again.
No.
No, legit. Like,
oh my gosh.
like zeros. Yeah, I can't do it because my camera's weird. Literally.
Oh,
that is incredible. I was gonna make that joke.
You guys, so you're far above the forest, and you can see for 1 mile, and Rock, you feel like this is not quite cutting it. Like you feel like, man, this is like, well, I just saw this. Like we just saw this. Like we were making good time. Like what the heck? Like we should be stronger than this. Like our key is warm, and this does not feel warm enough. Why are we not warm? We need warmer. You guys kind of can survey as much of this as you kind of feel is kind of you need. You can ask any questions if you want, but then you are feeling yourself kind of pulled back into your bodies, just like a hook, like pulling your heart back into your physical space, and you kind of like take a deep breath, and the spyglass kind of falls from where it was kind of hovering just a bit above the map that you were creating, Kledos.
That was a lot of light there. You guys, did it work?
No.
No.
Oh.
No.
No.
It looked really cool though. I mean, it felt pretty cool, but
I don't think I know how to give people key.
well, I mean, you're still learning. It's okay. I never tried to connect with Lom. That's probably part of it. Maybe if I'd tuned to him at some point, I'd be able to find him easier. But that was probably my best shot. I don't. Horatio, do you know any cool spells like locate dwarf or?
No.
Oh, you don't have locate dwarf? Come on.
I should have learned it.
Locate.
Knows locate dwarf. What?
Would it help if we were up at the top of the trees?
What if you had a spell that was like sense flames?
He doesn't have his lighter right now. So
He's got
50-50 chance. 50-50 chance that he's on fire.
Even without a lighter.
He's got at least 2 sticks.
Hey!
Honestly, I looked up and saw Dan holding something against his forehead, and I swear to God, I thought it was a lighter, and I was like, "How? Why? Why do you?"
I mean, I have one right here.
I don't know. God damn it. So, the word I was looking for is anyway. So, how do you guys want to proceed? Do you want to give it another shot?
Well, I mean,
ratio ideas, Digger.
He is going to magic super guardian angel, which is a regular rock, but he doesn't know that. And he's going to focus his key into the magic stone of the super guardian angel.
Okay.
And see if his stone will show him the way.
All right. Why don't you roll me? I don't know. I feel like that's Constitution. I feel like you feel it deep in your soul, or you don't.
Okay. An 11.
You hear a voice in your head, and it says, "Listen to the hills."
Are they alive with the sound of music?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot hear them. I have no ears. I am a rock, as you are a rock. We do not listen with our ears. We listen with our hearts. Lom, don't you rub your face at this. You got put to sleep after not sleeping for 6 episodes. You don't get to poo poo.
I'm not booing. I'm just like this entire section.
It's a lot of bad rolls. All right, I'm gonna listen.
All right.
Are we near hills?
What's that?
Are we near hills?
Other than northwest one.
Why don't you make a perception check?
23.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah. You feel the rock starting to pull you to the east.
Okay, I'm heading east.
All right. So you see Rock pull a rock out of his pocket and like hold it, and then he like holds it up to his ear, and then he looks at it. You like kind of see him whispering, and then like it kind of like he starts like walking with this thing in front of him, kind of like maybe looking like he's getting a little pulled, but then kind of like catching up to it and like keeping pace.
Hey, Rock, what do you got there, buddy?
It's my magic stone of the super guardian angel.
Oh,
Cool.
And it's leading.
well, I mean, I did know a guy with a magic rock once. It helped him out a lot, so we may as well go with it.
All right. Everybody following Rock and Rock?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Well,
All right. Wow, my friend.
I
How are you? How are you feeling?
had to pick up my notebook because I threw it across the room, but I'm good.
That's great. So, tell me how Lam's feeling right now.
Conflicted.
Yeah, how so?
He knows what he has. He has a job to do.
Mhm.
He knows the right thing is to grab his dad and come back. But the other part of him, that he was never told that dad had to come back in one piece. He can come back missing an arm. But he knows he shouldn't do that. But he's like, because he's thinking like, what's the first thing I'm gonna say? What's the first thing I'm gonna do? He's, trying to hype himself up. When I find this guy, because he feels close right now, so he's trying to figure out what is the first thing I am going to do when I see this guy. And he is just conflicted because he knows he has a job to do and he wants to do it right. But it's like a personal vendetta. It's really butting heads right now. For the most part, if it was a personal vendetta and he would like a regular job and stuff like that, the regular job came first because long we see the big picture. But this was like a whole family thing, and it's just like this is a bit more personal, and he's just still coming to terms with this.
Gotcha. All right. So, you're interested in climbing a tree.
Yes, I am.
All right. Why don't you make me an athletics check?
Athletics. Let me find my thing here that I can. All right. Okay, that doesn't help me. My climbing speed is still normal speed, so that's fine. So you said athletics?
Yes, sir.
All right, or acro. Okay, what's it do? 17.
All right. So yeah, you start to climb up. You can see that as you begin to climb, this is actually 6 tall trees in a grove, each with pale gray bark, and they have grown into a shape that you see as you're climbing up that almost looks like a hand reaching towards the sky. The ground around the trees is covering in a kind of uh, phosphorescent green gray lichen. There's some rope ladders that descend from the huts that are built in the boughs of the trees, kind of ramshackle huts. And high above the grove, near the tip of that tallest tree, um, you see the kind of crude platform that you were looking at, or that you were sitting on, that doesn't really have this, seem to have kind of like a point of like access. Like there's just it's kind of like up there, and you're not quite sure how you got up there last time. Um, as you look around and kind of get higher and higher, uh, this is what you are going to see as you start to shape up the entirety of the grove. So there are three kind of smaller trees there. There is the kind of tree with the symbols and the kind of altar at the base, and then a kind of larger tree that has a number of kind of platforms as it goes upward.
I'm gonna make my way to the bigger the bigger tree, the bigger house thing.
Okay. There are rope ladders that are attached. That's the kind of first layer that you're going up. And kind of each of those rope ladders goes up to one of the huts. And as you continue to climb, you start to hear the voices of two familiar roachling characters that you saw earlier, as well as a kind of very, very kind of like silky, uh, kind of melodic voice that you don't recognize. As you kind of look out, as you're getting near the top of the rope ladder itself, it's about 30 feet up to those kind of first platforms. You see that there are actually wooden walkways that connect these series of huts and shelters. There's no rails on the outside. Apparently, these were built by the Empire. And you can kind of see around that it's another kind of set up to the large platform on the kind of like largest of the trees. And yeah, how would you like to proceed?
Now or never. Hello? I'm just gonna
You
yell out.
hear them like stop talking.
Hello.
Who goes? Is it you, Searcher?
No, more like a lost traveler. My name is Lam.
Show yourself slowly.
I'm going to slowly just pull myself upwards.
You look up and you see two roachlings that are sitting around a small fire up there. You see in the distance the dryad that you saw previously, and near the two roachlings is a satyr. You see him holding a flute, and he says, "State your business." But the two roachlings kind of step in front of him and say, "It's the attacker. He's an outsider. Cast him out. Throw him down. Break his bones."
I'm looking for my father, another dwarf.
Hmm. We
Don't
don't see
know his
many
name.
dwarves. We don't see many dwarves around here.
I figured my aunt cast somewhat of a tracking spell, and I've just been following it wherever it's been leading me. And it led me to this forest, and I've just been surviving and trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing.
Hmm. One family leading you to our family. Ironic.
Strange.
Is it now? What violence have you visited upon my brothers? Ganshu and Fanshu are lovable people, and they would not find you in distaste if you had not something distasteful.
You know what? That's probably a mistake on my part. I haven't been able to rest for the past few days, and a lot of things have attacked me in that same amount of time. Then I just saw another group of seemingly people that, no offense, your friends here look sort of hostile, and I attacked first and then fled. Was it
So
right? No.
Ganshu and oh, go ahead.
Was it right? No. Am I just trying to just get through this horse crap so I can find my dad and then drag him back to where I'm supposed to go? Yes. But I apologize on my mistake. I did not know.
Ganshu and Fanshu both kind of click a little bit with their mandibles and kind of flutter their wings, looking not very pleased with you. But at that point, the dryad walks up and kind of puts a hand on one of their shoulders and kind of gets them to sit down and invites you to come and sit.
I would join them, saying, you know, being as close as possible, but still leaving myself room to escape if I need to.
All right, boys.
Yeah.
Rock.
Yep.
Let's do another Constitution check.
All right. 20.
All right. You feel this thing pulling you, and as you are kind of pulled kind of deeper into the forest, continuing on east, the rock begins to feel warmer, but not unpleasant. It feels like it is, kind of radiating heat out. This is kind of bleeding into you in a way that is reminiscent of the first time that you really felt that connection, that kind of heat beyond the kind of physical impact, that when that transition of power and life moved through Kletos to you, or from the veins that kind of dotted the landscape of the floating isle. This is unfamiliar, but very welcome, like a next kind of next level of connection, something that you didn't think had kind of a living key, but it is infused in some fashion, and it's now kind of infusing into you, or at least connecting to you in some fashion. Digger, Horatio, Kletos, are you all continuing to follow Rock as he bounds through the forest?
Yeah, I've never been steered wrong by a magic rock.
Cletus is like, yeah, sure, checks out. All right. So you keep going, and as you are drawn through the forest, you start to see a large tree that looks like it's almost pointing to the sky off in the distance as you move through a clearing, and finally the kind of tree cover of the forest peels back, and it's like you're looking through a frame. You kind of are walking, and the kind of rock kind of pulls your arm up, and you look up and you see this kind of through the perspective of the ring of this open grove. You look up and you see in the distance this kind of finger reaching up, that has looks like a little kind of tip at the very, very top of it. Digger, you would recognize this as where you saw Lom, but you are not at liberty to tell them if you do not wish so.
I feel like this tree has some significance to my past.
Yeah.
I feel like if I were to climb this tree, I would
Really?
No, but it definitely is significant.
Okay. That would have been cool, though.
What a ride, huh?
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'd
I don't even know what a roller coaster is. Probably haven't been invented yet.
No, but I could picture what it might be like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's magical. Let's build one of those. Next, hey guys, fast casual didn't work out. What do you guys think about theme park tacos?
I'm into it. I think we should do it.
Well, what's the theme?
Food.
Fair. Do what you know.
We don't want to have to change the copy on the opening.
Yeah, we can.
I am gonna stash the stone and
Okay.
start climbing up to the finger.
Okay, so it's still in the distance. Like you're looking up and seeing the kind of like clearing in front of you. And this thing is probably like 70, 80 feet tall, and you're seeing it kind of rise above the thing. You could climb up to get a better look, though, if you're interested in doing that.
No, I'm singularly focused. I want to get to the finger.
Okay.
Don't we all want to get to the finger?
Always.
No doubt.
I'm running out of things to throw at my camera.
All right.
Well, that's your problem. Should have more stuff on your desk.
All right. So, Rock, why don't you make me one more Constitution check? Let's see how you're. Who did thick flag? Of course you did, Cletus. Cletus, if you don't have inspiration, you can take one for thick flags over New Kingsway.
I'm going to use my inspiration because that was not a good roll.
Yeah.
My inspiration when I rolled those 2 ones in a row. It felt significant.
All right. So you kind of like hold it out there, and you're like waiting for it to pull you. You're like waiting for it to pull you. You kind of like hold it up to your ear, then you like whisper like, and then you kind of like shake it a little bit, and then it pulls you off again. And you see Rock kind of do this whole routine, kind of having a conversation with the Rock, and then takes off.
Rex.
Nailed it. All right. So, Lam, you are hanging out with a satyr, 2 roachlings, and a dryad. The dryad introduces herself as Vilapon, which is VIL apostrophe OPON.
Eulapon?
Vilapon.
Okay.
And she introduces the 2 roachlings as brothers, Ganchu and Fanchu. And the satyr as Civix, SIVIX.
Okay.
And she says that they are waiting for Yiji and Benia to come back before they can start their dinner. But despite the earlier misgivings, you're welcome to stay. We found you wandering in the woods and did not want to cause another skirmish.
Yeah, no. When you guys found me, there was another skirmish that was happening with some, I don't know, it was the goblins fighting some poor other creature. And I jumped in at the goblin, took out one of them, and then the person I was trying to help defend stabbed me. So I'm like, oh, the hell with this, and I ran off. So I wasn't about to get attacked on both sides. So
You seem to have much danger follow you.
yeah, that's my life. Been dangerous ever since I was born.
Ooh, edgy.
This is the calling card of the family starless. Perhaps your chaotic energy drew you to us.
I mean, my aunt is a druid, but I've never been one for magic for the most part. Magic has never made sense to me in any way or form.
Well, Ganchu and Fanchu and Yiji, they're not very magic either. But we were all brought together, here to live under the stars together, and perhaps it's your fate to join us. That is not for us to decide.
Yeah,
Benia shall speak on it when she returns.
sounds like an interesting person.
Oh, she is. Benia is that which draws us together. She is leader, our hunter, and our seer, most importantly.
I see her.
Because when you gaze out, most of us see nothing, but Binia sees that which is beyond.
Maybe she can help me figure out what I'm supposed to be doing.
What are you supposed to be doing?
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm doing it right though. Trying to find some deadbeat father for my aunt for whatever reason, and I don't even fully understand that they need him for something, another magic thing, and I'm just here to track him down because that's what I've done before with other people. You know, track them down, bring them where they're supposed to go.
And what about you? Where are you supposed to go? Where do you belong?
That's the million gold question right there. I bounced around from cruddy home to cruddy airship to a great group of guys where we tried to start a interdimensional restaurant business thing. I didn't understand it, but I was happy to be along for a ride, making some good money, and then that all went to the nine, and we've been on the run because of that ever since, and
And the
we
one
haven't
you
done
seek,
anything.
you do not need anything from him?
My family needs something from him. I'm still deciding whether or not I'm going to bring him back in one piece because he left my mom to struggle.
But he is
I,
still family, yes?
mm, family is there for you. He's not. They just need him for something. He's some random guy. I don't even know his last name. I never took it. I took my mom's name for a reason. I'm a McHillface. I'm not whatever the heck he's going to be. I don't give a damn what his last name is. I am a McHillface. I am my mother's child. He's a deadbeat. He was never around. He's not family.
Ooh.
He's a random guy I'm supposed to bring back. He's just another target to me.
For those of us without mothers and fathers who have found ours and found our own family, I hope that if you have the opportunity, you might find what he is to you beyond a target. This is something I wish for you, Lon McKillface. All right, boys,
Yeah.
rock. Give me one more con rock and roll here.
13.
You start to slow down, but you can see in the distance as it's getting dark that there is another area of that kind of preternatural calm where the voices and sounds of the forest start to fade out. And as you kind of pass into this space, you start to see fireflies and small fairy creatures illuminating the forest. And as you're continued to draw through, you are pulled into a space where about 100 yards away, you can see fires, but they're not at ground level. On the ground level, there's a lot of kind of phosphorescent glow from the fairies and lichen, um, and a kind of mounded space, kind of near the back and behind where you see the fires. But the fires themselves are about 30 or 40 feet above the forest floor. And you are drawn to these spaces, but mostly to that kind of phosphorescent um, space in the back.
All right.
So you guys are about 100 yards out.
Can I start dashing and doubling my movement each turn?
Yeah.
All right.
Rock, slow down. As he long
All right. Okay, so rock kind of, you guys move into kind of through this kind of liminal boundary that almost goes from kind of hearing, kind of crickets or other kind of wildlife to this kind of eerie calm, and you start to kind of feel that kind of magic in the air. And shortly after that, rock moves from a kind of brisk walk to a kind of a jog, and then just kind of takes off.
Well, hey, wait up. I'll keep up with Rock.
Okay. All right. So Kledos is right behind you. At first, you're just feeling the kind of warmth pull you through, and then you're starting to feel like you got somebody in the draft, man. You got a draft partner. You're rubbing his racing. You're just like, you feel that warmth kind of both drawing and also kind of propelling you as Kledos kind of comes up next to you, and you see kind of the two of you moving through the forest with this kind of supernatural clairvoyance, kind of avoiding things on the forest floor, darting in between trees, and kind of moving as the rock pulls you all the way kind of towards this. You're about halfway there. Horatio Digger, what are you doing? Are you keeping up? Or are you just kind of, kind of keeping them in eyesight? Are you doing hijinks?
I'm going to move at my normal pace, just kind of keeping them in sight. I'm also going to cast Locate Object on Chef's Knives, because Lom should still have those.
Good. How far away do you have to be for that to work, or how far does it go?
So it's if the object is within 1,000 feet of me, I know where it is.
Oh yeah, you feel it's up by around one of those fires.
All right. So
Digger?
I'll keep.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, I'll keep heading that way.
Okay. Digger, what are you up to?
Can I see Lom up there?
No, you're probably still about 50. They're about halfway, so you're about 3/4 away. So you're still probably about 75 yards away. So you might be able to see them, but it's kind of dark. Make me a perception check. That's why we have the numbers. Maybe I should use them. Dungeon mastering.
21.
Yeah, you can see what appears to be Lom up by one of those fires. There's other people, kind of, you see a couple other silhouettes up there.
Can I broom up and start going? Yeah, I'll do that.
What was that?
Yeah, I'll take my broom and I'll kind of swing around the backside.
Okay.
And just kind of speeder bike through off to the side. And
okay, so where are you? Are you stopping? Are you circling? Or what are you doing? Are you hiding? Or what are you up to?
Yeah, hiding. Definitely hiding.
Okay. Where? Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you the map. I'll show you where Lam is sitting. I'd like you to tell me where you are. So Lam is at this one right here. And you guys are approaching.
Remember, up is east.
Actually, they did this to me. This is north. North is up here. So he's here. And you guys are approaching from this direction, coming in this way. So where would you like to be? You could be.
I would like to. Yeah. Right, the big one.
The big one.
I want to split in between the big one and whatever that circular thing is next to it, like up top. Yeah.
This one.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So this is that kind of the runes that are on the floor on kind of an altar, and then this is above these. This is like another platform up, so you could hang out underneath that platform, or you could hang out above that platform.
Yeah, I want to get underneath the platform. Is there like vines and stuff like branches I could climb on?
Yeah. Why don't you make me an acrobatics check?
Oh, yeah, one thing I'm not good at. Is a 15 okay?
Yep. Yeah. So you're able to kind of broom up over there, and then just kind of like hold on to some vines and just kind of like hold and kind of prop yourself up with the broom on the side of the tree there. And then make me a stealth check if you want to hide.
Use my luck. I feel like this is the time to use it. Oh, that was worse. Oh yeah, okay. I'll take the 20. Just a regular dirty 20, not natural.
Okay. So you are kind of hiding there. Kledos Rock, you reach the base of the kind of three trees, and you are pulled kind of beyond to that rune that is present kind of in that space. Horatio, it's going to take you probably another minute or so to kind of catch up. But you're able to move at a pretty decent clip. You're not as agile ducking and weaving through, or
That's for sure.
enduring through on your non-existent broom, but you can catch up. So Kledos, Rock, what are you up to as you kind of enter into the grove?
I'm looking for the finger.
Okay, so you feel that the finger is going to be one of the trees that reaches through the space to the north, where the kind of large platform is kind of further up, about maybe 40 feet up. The lower ones are about 30 feet up from where you guys are now, and then the peak of that is probably like 70 or 80 feet up. The peak that you saw, the kind of tip of the finger.
Okay. I would read the runes, but we all know I can't read runes.
Well, what languages can you read?
He can speak Common and Halfling.
Okay. Why don't you make me a perception check?
I did not catch that. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Make me a perception check.
$17.
Yeah. So you look at the kind of runes and kind of walk your way around it. Kletos, I know you don't read too good, but are there any languages outside of Supernal that you read?
I can read Common now.
Okay, excellent. Do you want to take a look at it as well?
Sure, I'll take a look.
Okay. So yeah, why don't you guys both make me intelligence checks. So, or if you have a intelligence skill that you're proficient in that you'd like to use, you could use that.
6.
Oh,
I heard 6 and 72, and I don't think either of those were exactly.
I said I do have one. I rolled a natural 20.
Well.
If I use nature, I'm proficient in nature, which is 20. That's 25.
All right, and Rock.
I rolled a 6, so I point at one of the characters and go, "This one kind of looks like a dog."
It does kind of look like a dog.
That's true.
A little corgi with his little butt. It's cute. Got a little tail.
So Rock, make me a Constitution check. While he's doing that, Kletos, you're kind of looking through all of these, and you manage to find the kind of some supernal that you recognize. It's a mishmash. You're recognizing as you're looking at this longer, Kletos, that this might have looked like what a lot of reading looked like to you before you really started to zero in on trying to learn Common, whereas it's kind of like an alphabet soup. But you're recognizing that the more you've been out in the world, the more you recognize, even though you may not be able to read. I know that you're kind of keenly aware that you can recognize different types, even though you're aspiring to read, and you realize you can't read all of the languages. This is a kind of mixture of runes from different languages. Rock, what did you get for your con check?
That would be a 7.
You don't kind of feel extremely pulled in any direction, but the more and more you walk around this, the more and more you realize as you're kind of holding the rock out and kind of trying to kind of think about different things, that there are like places on the kind of wheel there that are like concentric circles out. And there's one kind of small one right around the trunk, maybe just a foot out. There is another one that's about another 2 feet out, and then kind of rings that are about a foot out from that. And the entire space itself, the kind of circumference of that tree is probably about 25 feet. So this is a pretty big runic circle. But as you're walking around, you start to see that rather kind of equidistant as you're kind of holding the rock out, trying to kind of like feel it out and like, shake it and like hold it out and see if it'll reactivate, that you see wherever you kind of hold the rock and there's a kind of round kind of circle in there, you recognize some of the things around some of those spaces. They start to kind of make the rock feel warm in your hand. And Kletos, you can feel the kind of warmth begin to radiate out from rock. And as you see these kind of different kind of supernal symbols and some kind of common, more like iconography, you are starting to kind of understand that this is containing elements that are talking about connection and family. Horatio, you walk up into the glen, a little huffy, a little puffy, but no worse for wear. And you're able to kind of make your way over to the kind of glyph circle.
Hey, what'd you find?
Oh, hey, Horatio. There's all these cool runes. Some of them are in Supernull. Like it actually happened. Like there's the most common language on the planet. It's right here. All we had to do was leave the planet.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I can figure out what's going on?
Yeah, sure.
25.
Yeah, you look at this, and what is your language capabilities, Horatio?
Common and Dwarvish.
Okay. You see that there are both kind of common sigils, more iconography rather than kind of letters and words, and then uh, and then you also are able to see that there are um, dwarven runes kind of in this as well, and you see that they're also talking about family and connections and kind of pieces making up the whole, and the whole being stronger and unified. Um, and as you move away from the center, you find that the words and iconography that you're all seeing tend to be less kind of words about connections and more kind of words about wandering, or apart, or being lost. So kind of as you're closer to the center, the kind of unified whole, the language is really connected to this, kind of feeling, or kind of aspirational thing. And you can feel that for Kletos and Rock. You feel the kind of key radiating strongest from the kind of center of this. And Rock, I misspoke earlier. This is actually the finger that goes all the way up. Um, uh, and Horatio, you can feel that there's a kind of arcane energy that's kind of imbued in this space. Um, Lam, you are kind of just making idle chit chat with them, and Digger, you can see Lam kind of chit chatting, and you see the other guys kind of coming into the grove. And as you are standing there, you feel a little bit of wind on the kind of back of your neck, and your hackles go up, and you see right behind you, hanging upside down, Hiss. And she says, "What has brought you to our family's grove?" And we'll find out what happens next time on another episode of D&DDT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty
boys.
That's been episode 124. Boys, why don't you tell them where they can find you on the socials?
All right, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Cubicle Zombie.
You can find me on the socials at Warrior MN.
At or invite on everything except Twitch, or invite.
You can follow me on pretty much everything at Ref Dan Fitz.
You can find me at Finger Twitchings, all one word.
All right, you can find me at Heel Turn Radio or at Huey Beard Walks. We'll see you next week for a very huge, whatever centennial 125 is. Sesquicentennial? I can't remember. We'll find out next time on D&DT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty
Boys. Honk.
The recording has stopped.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching episode 124. We'll be back after a short 10-minute intermission with episode 125. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Hey, welcome back. We've just been talking about very funny things that we should have saved for the podcast, but hey,
Never.
can't win them all.
You can't
Oh,
win
look at
them all.
that. Fresh episode, fresh face.
Close up.
Yeah. All right. So, after the lady talks, we'll be getting going with episode 125. And away we go.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hey, that means we're doing it right.
Yeah, it is. Welcome to D&DDT, an interdimensional culinary experience here in 5th edition with Dungeons & Dragons. I'm the Dungeon Master, Beard from Heel Turn Radio, and with me, as always, are the Tasty Boys.
Tasty
boys.
boys.
I'll have the boys introduce themselves in counterclockwise order, as we are wont to do. You can catch episodes of D&DDT on dnddt.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Or, hey, here, every other Wednesday, taping 2 tasty episodes on twitch.tv/KnownWorldUnited. You can check them out on Twitter at KnownWorldUnite or Facebook.com/KnownWorldUnited. Follow us on Twitter too, DNDDT Podcast. Even though we're here live and in living color streaming, we still, we put stuff in yours. Speaking of, Ringer, get us going.
That's all right. I am Nate, your D&D ringer, playing Bard Extraordinaire Horatio Hetfeld. Last time I brought up the rear in finding that little circle of, unified family fun.
There it is. That's the name of our theme park.
Family fun.
The whatever circle of unity and family fun. Perfect. I'm Warrior. I play Kletos Bagor, spelled like it sounds, Minotaur Monk, Red Meat Babyface, Doom to Digger, Doom Tree, and Horatio Hetfield, and a bunch of other stuff. Last time on D&DDT, I finally found some fucking supernal. Right after I learned how to read comics. Perfect.
Win some, lose some.
I am Orenvite, resident international Iron Man Deathmatch superstar. And I play Digadoon Tree, Tabaxi Warlock of the Woods. In the last episode, I got myself in perfect position for a copyrighted kiss. I assume that Spider-Man kiss is copyrighted. I'm not sure. Maybe it won't be a kiss.
You do it at like a 45-degree angle.
Oh, then it's okay?
I think so.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Fair use.
The 45 is way easier than the other position anyway, so yeah.
Yep.
Oren, do you have a mic input on your headset?
Mm-hmm.
I think that it is not picking that up. You feel like sound like you're underwater, like you're a mile away.
Or he's picking up like his webcam mic instead.
Is that better?
Yes.
Better.
Yeah, is that better? Okay.
We're just saving the good audio for our Quasquicentennial. I looked that up. Big deal.
Research guy.
125 episodes and we finally got good audio across the board.
We're professional here at D&DDT.
No, you can't say that because then people expect it.
Okay, fine, fair enough. Referee Dan Fitzgerald playing Lom McHillface, Dwarven Barbarian Rogue. In last episode, he is having a slight, not so much crisis, but just conflicted feelings, and finding another group of wayward souls, I guess I could say it, and they are making me rethink a lot of everything that is Lom. Thanks for that.
And I am Joel, playing Big Bloody Rock Leafbottom, the halfling barbarian monk. Last time, I followed a non-magical rock to where Lam happens to be. Thank you, Beard.
Hey, you're rolling. You're rolling and telling the story. I'm just showing up every other Wednesday. All right. Yeah, and I'm Beard. I'll be your dungeon master this evening and every evening. That's probably true. Dan, you have a fan in the chat. He says you're not a big enough clown. Anyway, when we left our intrepid boys, they were hanging around down here. Whoop. Nope, just kidding. Yeah, right here at the rune circle, and Orin was hanging out over here underneath where he met a new friend.
New friend.
New.
I will hype anything. Don't think I won't.
I don't doubt it. Yeah, so what do you do when you turn around and find yourself face to face with this rather bluish, fairy looking
Did she like give me an Iggy at all? Did she like give me like a tap tap or like a squeeze squeeze? Like, hey, I'm behind you. Don't
No,
freak
you just
out.
kind of heard that, or you just kind of felt that that breeze on the back of your neck, and kind of turned around, and she was just hanging out there watching.
Well, being as I've lived in these woods for 3 years, nothing too new for me. However, this still a bit it's gonna kind of take me aback a little bit. And I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm here to kill the dwarf.
No, I cannot allow that to happen.
Oh, all right, that's fine. This is your place, not mine.
She.
I'm technically his friend.
Quick as anything, has a arrow knocked and pointed at you. Are we doing a multi-camera show?
I don't know what's going on. It's not working. Hold
Well,
on.
now no cameras on.
Yep.
And Cletos and Lom are cut in half on the stream. There he is. He's
I
back.
got it. Yeah, sure, we'll do this.
That's the
Yeah.
That's the good one. It's nice and red.
I don't know. It for some reason the other one just decided to stop. So yeah, it's totally your place, not mine. I get it. He's done some really bad things to some really good people. And you know, as his friend, it's my job to they put it on me to put him down. And it's like that horse that you loved forever, but you know, he's in pain.
Are we speaking of the same dwarf? Cat?
Yeah. I think so. The McKillface one. I'm sure he said it loud enough. He usually does anytime he announces himself.
I've not met a McKillface one.
Oh, no, he's bald. Might still have a beard, might not have a beard.
Oh, he has a lush beard.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know if he had burned it off or not. He's got this aficionado thing with fire.
Yes. The fire I recognize. McKillface I do not.
Oh, yeah, that's his quote unquote last name, his given name. I don't know how we say it in this era. He's just a bad guy, you know.
What
he beat
era
a lot
do you
of kids
mean,
on the
Cat?
street. You
Speak
know.
plainly.
I don't.
Taste my arrow.
Do it.
Excuse me.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Why would you shoot a stranger? Come on, I haven't attacked you.
You've entered into my family's home without our expressed invite. It is you who are trespassing, and you who owe me an explanation.
Did you not get the messenger that I sent express? I've got the tracking digits somewhere.
You speak very strangely, stranger. You speak of a dwarf that I know but do not recognize.
Do you not recognize him, like, physically or, like, emotionally? Like, is he a different person than I'm describing, but, like, physically looks identical? Has he grown as a man?
I am very confused.
Well, we seem to be talking about the same guy, but you say we're not talking about the same guy.
Why don't we rejoin my family, and we'll have a conversation there.
No, I don't do family. No, that's why I don't have a
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
But a saving throw?
Yep.
Well, I can do that. Okay, last luck point. Here we go, baby.
Tell me if you beat a 27.
No, I think I hit the wrong thing. Sorry. Okay, that was a natural 20.
All right. Plus,
after luck. So 25.
She snatches your broom away
No,
just past your outreached hand, and as it pulls away from you, you see it, like, as she pulls it away, it almost like looks like she's just like pulling out of this realm of existence, and then she like gets back here and just like it's gone from her hand.
Yeah.
Make me another dexterity saving throw. I gotta see if you can hold on. You're holding on to the vine, but you were like propped up on your broom.
That would be a natural 1.
Oh, all right.
The woods giveth and the woods taketh away.
That is a true story. Okay, so you are going to take.
I didn't mean what I said. I'm a nice guy.
All right. So why don't you roll me? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll me 4d6.
Do I hear the yell of, I didn't mean what I said, I heard, I'm a really nice guy. Do I hear that yell going down?
Yeah, everybody can make me a perception check to see if they hear that.
17.
All right, you take 17 damage. Bludgeoning as you land on your feet, but there's quite an impact.
It's like my ACL.
Don't even joke about that, Mr. Iron Man. The last thing we need is you laid up and complaining again.
No, we don't need that.
This is like the most miserable creature on the face of the earth is an injured Orin.
This is true. This is 1,000% true.
27 for me, for my perception.
29.
Rock, Litos?
I rolled a 1.
What'd you get, Rock?
I felt my broom exit this plane, and I just sort of got afar.
That 2025.
All right, so you guys all hear, like, Lam, you hear it from like kind of behind and above you, and then like falling down, like, I didn't mean I'm a really nice guy. And Horatio, you and Rock hear like, really nice guy, quack. And below, near you, underneath the kind of 2 large trees to the south, you see Digger fall down, and then an Aridne fly down with her bow in her hand. And you see a number of individuals peer over from one of the trees to the east, and you see 2 roachlings a dryad, and a satyr, and the familiar face of one Hlom McHillface.
Oh, it seems
I
like
should
my
have
friends have
said
found me.
the familiar McHillface of Hlom. Man, sometimes you got it, and some
Opportunities.
nights you don't.
Yeah. Oh, it seems like my friends have found me. Hey guys!
Oh, hey, Lum.
My rock brought us to you.
Yeah, that's your name, buddy. Good to see you too.
I'm gonna go check on Digger.
Yeah. Why did the cat fall from the? You know what? Never mind. I'm not even gonna ask what's going on with that.
Hey, buddy.
I'm gonna turn to the guys and be like, "Well, these were the folk that were separated from."
Is your ACL supposed to be pointed that way?
Nope. Which is weird for a ligament. It'd be so
Yeah.
rigid. But
They're usually
cats.
rigid, but
yeah, I'll be good. It just felt like
it looks both loose and rigid at the same time.
That's the weird part. Is like I should have worn that knee brace. Like I have this thing with 2 sticks and some leaves that like keeps it in place when I climb, and I didn't think about it.
Oh, you were climbing?
Yeah.
Oh, I was wondering where he went because you went with ratio.
I was gonna throw darts at Lom, as a cheeky surprise. And then somebody came, stole my broom, and knocked me out of a tree.
So as you are wrapping up, the Aridne flutters down and lands next to you and says, "You have arrived at the finger of Dernde. I am Binia, and we are the family Starless."
More like the family meanless after knocking me out of that tree.
I'm sorry. Did you have something to say, Cat?
No, I can't talk when my ACL's torn.
I tried to help with that. In the army days, I used to help fix legs.
Oh, yeah, give it a go. I trust you.
It was mostly chopping them off for people.
Oh, never mind. I don't need a knee saw.
But it wasn't a problem, after we were done.
Yeah, I believe it. Once I become gangrenous, then we can talk. But
all right. Well, here if you need me, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I can.
Now.
I think I can help with that.
Oh, please, for the love of God.
And then I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Are you playing a magic user that has healing spells?
It's true.
For once?
Yep.
Well, once every 2 weeks at least.
It exists. Okay. Oh, Max, that's 13 minus whatever the forest takes.
How much was it?
13 minus whatever the forest takes.
So you're gonna get 10 hit points.
All right, now my ACL feels okay, but my MCL feels a little weak, but it's all right. Like, it's not, that's one I can overcome. The ACL is kind of a weird one, though, Cat anatomy. I'll workshop it. It's fine. We'll come back to it. Circle back.
Good time.
I have no doubt that we will.
I just got yelled at for throwing my notebook again. I'm
You should stop
sorry.
throwing your notebook.
Did you say this is the finger of Dende?
Darende. Yes.
Okay.
You can see here at the very tip, the clarity of the forest is channeled as his hand reaches to the sky beyond the grasp of the Wood Mother. And it is here that we have gathered, and I have gathered those to me that are in need of family. And we have carved out an existence here. What drew you here? Where is your family?
Well, I mean, we're right here. We're just trying to find Lam, our missing member.
But my stone
The
dragon.
McHill-faced dwarf.
Yeah.
Your cat friend spoke very fondly of him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did.
By missing member, we meant member of the team. Although with how things are going, he might also be missing that by now.
Ew! Digga says as he's on the ground crying.
I'm just watching all this unfurl. I'm just kind of sitting on the ledge now, just watching this chaos, and I'm just like,
from the edge.
I'm sorry for them, and I'm just talking to the group. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just sorry.
What are you sorry for? We finally found you.
No, I'm not talking. I'm still above. I'm not with you guys yet.
Oh, I thought everybody was down here. Okay.
Nope.
No, the roachlings and the dryad and the satyr are still up there with Lum. It's just Binia, the Aridne, that's down with you guys.
I guess I'm just gonna start
there he
making my
goes.
way down.
Here he comes. There he goes.
And we're
Playing
swinging on.
musical orans. Hey, there he's back.
E.
I'm here, guys. Okay, it's just that's not working.
Checks out. All right. You do you guys want to see anything else there on the base? If not, Binia urges you to join her family up around the fire.
Kledos is gonna pick up Digger and carry him honeymoon style again, since his leg is so wounded. And he'll carry him over to the like supernal spots, and he'll be like, "Look, supernal.
We found it.
It's real."
I don't know how it took this long, honestly.
It's so weird.
It is literally the most common language.
It took us this long to find the most common language.
It was like it took over 100 episodes.
In the world, like we had to leave the world.
Does it ever make you think maybe we weren't in the right world in the first place?
Kledos is like, "Oh shit," he like drops Digger. His mind is so blown. It's just like, oh shit.
Roll 1d6. Figure.
6.
All right, you take 6 bludgeoning damage.
I rolled a 27 dex save to catch him before he hits the ground because I'm a monk.
You just like put your foot out.
Yeah.
It's like that, like you're catching the groceries. You're like,
Yep. Yeah.
You take half.
Okay.
All right. So, are you? So you're picking him back up? Are you bringing him over? What are you going to do about the rope ladder? So you holding on, or you?
I can just walk up the tree.
God damn it!
You can.
I hate you guys.
He will be like, he'll like on the way up, like maybe like halfway up the tree, he'll be like, "Where'd the broom go?"
Oh, she stole it.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I feel
Inside
like
chick.
Yeah. Make me a deception roll.
Oh yeah, baby. Can you beat a 27?
Nope. I literally can't.
The ultimate.
Yeah, you think that
that's really
Binia has just callously stolen the broom away from him.
Yeah, it was brutal.
That's me. You were right about these woods.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Okay. So you guys all get up there and kind of pull up little stools to sit around the fire, and Binia kind of welcomes you in.
Horatio, before we all start talking, Horatio, hi. I'm not doing too good. Can you help? I'm just gonna kind of stay slumped. I was like, I'm not doing too good, buddy.
Oh
While
yeah,
I'm laying on the ground, I throw a dart at him.
All right. Wait, why are you laying? Where? What? What?
Correct.
Why are you laying on the ground?
I'm in pain. I can't
Cletos
sit
is
down
holding you.
normally. Oh, perfect. Then I have at least half cover, right?
Horatio, are you going to be healing
in
him?
front of me.
yeah, I am healing him. I'm going
Okay.
to cure wounds at level 6
All right.
Damn it.
Ooh.
because he looks like shit.
I still throw a dart at him.
Okay.
Oh, I shouldn't have rolled that many dice on D&D Beyond.
Rolled so many.
Crashing.
It's just real slow. I made a terrible mistake. Oh, 25. Not that great.
I
Right,
will.
you get 20.
I will take it. I will be at 21. I will take it.
Right.
What's his AC?
17.
Oh, shit.
Can I like catch it if he throws it at me?
If
Shit.
he's throwing a dart, we're in initiative.
Oh, no, they're going to kill us.
They're gonna hurt you. If
Oh
anything.
no, they'll kill all of you, or they'll try.
Can I throw it whimsically?
Absolutely. What'd you roll to hit?
It was
You rolled
16.
16.
Yeah.
AC 17.
All right. Roll initiative.
Damn it. They're not going to kill us, right? They'll kill me.
21.
Natural 20. It's 25.
Natural
Anybody
1.
higher than 25? All right. Rock?
That would be an 11.
Digger?
Got a natural 1 for a 6.
And
I can't even
Horatio.
cover it up. I'm the last one to go.
17.
All right. So they're going to go before you guys because they're going to be attacking you. So we're going to have it's going to go Kletos, and then Roachlings, and then Lam, and then the Dryad, Philippon, and then Horatio, and then Civics, and then Rock, and then Binia, and then Digger. All right, so the Roachlings are going to go. They are going to attack Digger.
My AC's 15.
Okay, so one of those is going to hit. They have, I think they have scimitars. All right, so one hit from the first one is going to be 10 slashing damage. And one hit from the second is going to be 7 slashing damage. Let's see. Villapon is going to cast. Hold on, sorry. Where she's going to cast Fairy Fire at Horatio. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
I will counterspell at level 3.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
All right. And then Civics is going to give Bardic Inspiration to Binia and cast Vicious Mockery at Digger.
Is that a save?
Digger. Yeah. It is a Constitution. No, it's a
Charisma or Wisdom?
Wisdom.
19.
All right, so you're going to take 1d4 psychic damage. So 3 psychic damage, and you have disadvantage on the next attack roll you make before the end of your next turn.
Got it.
All right, and then Binia. Binia is going to.
Am I allowed to take my reaction to speak as they like hit me?
You could say something, sure. Yes,
She totally told me the rules. I was playing around. It's what we do. I'm sorry.
Can I use my reaction since we're doing that right now, or to do the same thing, or no? Or do I need to wait for my turn because I want to use intimidation?
Oh, if you want to use intimidation, you're waiting for your turn.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Binia is going to attack, and she will cast. Let me see here.
Mom, the people your dad hangs out with are really mean.
She is going to shoot arrows at Digger. Actually, no. Hold on.
Shoot me.
Kledos.
Oh, that's not good. Okay.
And it is going to be.
Hold on. I'm not in your marching order for.
Yeah, you are.
Where?
Kledos. Oh, well, someone else posted that. If someone
that's on
posted
me.
it.
Oh, okay. I thought that was you.
It goes Kledos, Roachlings, Lam, Villapol, Horatio.
Wait a minute.
Civics,
I go before her.
Rock.
Then
you go in between the Roachlings and Villapol.
Isn't Villapol the one going right now?
They got a surprise round on us.
No, this is Binia.
Oh,
Binia
okay.
is going now.
Oh, okay.
Villapol already
That's right.
already attacked. She was the Dryad. She attacked Fairy Fire, and Horatio counterspelled it. So she is going to shoot you with an enchanted arrow. I need to make a Wisdom saving throw. DC 19.
I might have made that. Yeah. 21.
All right.
Proficient in all saving throws.
Okay, so it's just going to do the damage there.
Did it hit me?
What's that?
Did it hit me, or is it? Oh, it's a spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
sorry,
it's an enchanted. It's an enchanted arrow.
I remember
It's a
you
25
said spell
to
after
hit.
you said. Yeah, that hits me.
Yeah.
Just.
They're magic arrows, so they have like a spell effect.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna take 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
And you start to feel like this kind of maniacal laughter welling up in your belly, but you kind of like don't understand it, and the kind of warmth of your key starts to kind of push back at it until it just kind of dissipates.
Like that, I survived this by Kledos not getting Tasha's hideous joke. I don't get it.
Like Drax right over.
Right, just like.
All right.
Why would it
Kledos
in the first place?
Yeah, okay. Kledos is going to bonus action disengage. And then he is going to run Cone Digger back down the tree to the middle of the rune circle. And before he goes, he'll say like, "This is just a big misunderstanding. I'm really sorry, but let's not do this." And then he will hold an action to speak if someone follows him. If like Binia or Civics or somebody follows him down, he'll hold his action and say something when they get down there.
Okay.
That's his
All right.
turn.
The roachlings are going to attack Lam. 2 swords with scimitars each. 18. Does 18 hit Lam?
Yes, one of them.
Okay, so one Fanchu will hit with 1, and Ganchu will hit with 1. So that's 10 slashing from one and 6 slashing from the other, so 16 total slashing. And then it is your turn.
Hold on, give me like 2 seconds to deal with this. No! Cat! You're being a freaking idiot again!
We heard it for a little bit. Just a little bit.
I apologize. But enough! Cat, you're gonna get us all killed because you're an absolute moron. I honestly should let them kill you because you always almost get us killed anywhere we go. To you folks, I apologize that this moronic idiot keeps getting us into this trouble. The rest of these folks are actually decent people. I don't even like that cat. I just work with him, unfortunately. I never liked him from the beginning. We ended up having to work together, and that's just how it goes. I'm sorry that he had disrespected your home, and now do what you want with him. I don't give a damn. Leave the rest of us out of it. And I swear to God, if any of you roachlings hit me again, I'm slapping you.
All right, make me a persuasion check.
I'm using intimidation.
Okay, make me an intimidation check then.
I'm also raging while I do this, so
okay,
screaming this. So that's a natural 20.
All right. The roachlings are just one moment. Well, the roachlings will be intimidated. Let's see here.
I should give you the grand total from my intimidation. So that will be a 31.
Villapon is going to be intimidated. Binia is not intimidated. And Civics looks real out of it right now. Like otherworldly out of it. Like he didn't even hear what you said. But don't take that personally.
I would take it personally.
All right. So Villapal is going to use her movement to run across the rope bridge to the kind of southernmost of the 3 trees. You guys are on the easternmost. There's one here, one to the north, one to the south. She runs to the south. And then Horatio, it's your turn.
All right. So I am. Do I feel like they were convinced or intimidated by Lom?
They were definitely intimidated. At least the roachlings, and it seems like Villapal was.
All right. Everyone, this is just a huge misunderstanding. Digger doesn't make the best decisions. Could we please put all of our weapons and spells down? Everything will be just fine. So I'm going to try to persuade.
Right.
All right. It's a 19.
All right. You see that that Civics seems to be listening to you, but he is very focused on Binia, who has been kind of flying above, surveying the situation after letting loose that arrow at Cletos. He's playing a flute that looks like it's made of bone. Ganshu and Fanshu they kind of skitter backwards a little bit. You can tell that they were pretty frightened by Lam. And they're kind of like hunched down and over, and you can see their wings are kind of flittering in the background, making this kind of like clacking noise. Civics continues to play his flute on his turn. Rock.
You all seem kind of nice. Why are we fighting? I don't really want to share life energy with any of you. That would be unfortunate. And he's going to hold action to dodge.
Okay. All right. Binia is going to fly down towards Digger, and she is going to make an attack.
Like, wait, because I'm holding my action to talk.
Okay.
Wait. I guess I'm persuading, I guess. Be like, let's not do this. We can't do this here, Binia, because when we're here, we're family.
She says, no one tells me what my family does in my home when they come in and cause violence. And she's going to let loose an arrow past you towards Digger. 24. Digger?
On me?
Yeah.
Well, am I prone?
Well, you're being
Cletos was going to put me in the
by Cletos.
I thought he was going to set me down in the ruins.
Oh, okay. Well then, no.
I mean, not to play semantics.
unless you've torn your MCL.
No, it's just sprained. It's not torn.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, then that definitely hits me.
Okay. So it's going to do 7 piercing damage, and then I need you to make me a DC 19 Wisdom saving throw.
Of course I can do that. He says as he rolls a 16. Well, I have one more luck point. I could use that. Oh yeah, much better. 27. But I don't feel so lucky anymore.
All right. She is going to make one more ranged attack at you, Digger, and that one is going to miss.
Now, is this the one that was in the tree with me?
It was, yes.
Okay, what is her name? I wrote down
Binia.
everybody else's name but hers.
Binia. Binia. This shit is Binia. Binia. Binia.
Gotcha.
All right, it's your turn, Digger.
It's my turn?
Yes.
I look at her and I'm like, yes, you very clearly described the rules. And in the time it took us to get there, I forgot that even jokes don't play here. That one's on me. That one's my fault. Not intentional. You made it clear. Didn't mean to be disrespectful. Normally it's intentional, but this time it's not. Don't get me wrong, I am a dick, but not. You guys have no reason for me to be a dick towards you.
And yet you disrespect us in our home.
Unintentionally. I mean, I'm going to take full responsibility for this because I did not intend to. Normally, there's intent behind it. It's just how we've said hi for like ever.
Violence?
Yeah, I mean, minimal.
You're welcomed
violence.
into people's homes, and you wake up and choose violence.
Typically, just with him, I'm not gonna throw a dart at a stranger.
But
I
that dart could have hit any of us.
I'm pretty good with them. But I hear your side. Don't mean to argue. I have.
There are no sides of this. You're in our home.
I've lived.
We welcomed you as strangers, as we welcome strangers. And rather than listen to our tale and share your own, you attack one of your own family. How does this make sense? How do you trust each other?
You know, trust for us, it's a lot out of necessity, but it's worked really well, actually. We've all somehow survived. We've grown to both like and dislike each other at times. It's like controlled chaos. Sometimes it works out great, saves our lives. Other times, like currently, not so great. I once saw the halfling eat a pork chop that knocked him unconscious like 3 separate times. He'd wake up and just take another bite. We don't learn very fast.
She like looks over to Kledos and looks back to you and looks around and says, everyone here apologized for you. Everyone here apologized for the violence that you brought into our home.
Oh, no, I'm definitely the violent one. The dwarf will burn children's homes, but I don't know if it's intentional. I think that's purely on accident. It was a one-time, well, possibly one-time
None
mistake.
of these actions are ones that are visited upon one's family. You are the only one who visits violence upon others. And then you choose to visit violence upon me by telling me that you did not intend to offer offense. Whose home do you enter and choose violence? Whose home do you enter and do not offer the niceties of listening to their story? Whose home do you enter and look around at the family that you've chosen and elect violence to be visited upon them in the presence of others before you have even known their names or the families that they have come from or lost or abandoned or been abandoned by? You come into our home in our forest and you chose violence.
See, the funny thing is I've told everybody the whole time we've been in this forest not to be violent. Because if you attack the forest attacks you. Live and let live is like what I have lived by.
And take a look around.
Didn't
Kat.
think you were there yet.
Do you see anyone laughing at your humor? Do you see anyone laughing?
That's a factual thing. I have told everybody live and let live.
And yet you are the one that chooses violence. You see her start to trace runes in the air.
No,
and as they light up, everybody can make me a perception check.
Oh, that's a good one.
26.
Also 26.
22.
16.
Ratio?
26.
Cool. So as you see this happening, the runes around the kind of finger, the tallest of the trees, begin to light up, and around Digger, you start to see runes flicker, and then Digger is now standing on the runes. And around each of those runes on the ground, you see these kind of channels of light that are surrounding Digger as he gimpily stands on the runic circle. And he is in the 5th circle out. Knox said, anyone rolling above a 21, you see that you aren't just screwed, you are Firefly expecting a second season screwed.
Oh no!
Oh man,
too soon.
Nerds.
The nerds, they doth protest.
Never.
I don't know what
All
we
right.
done to deserve this.
What'd you say?
Nothing. It's dumb. I'm not gonna say it again.
Oh.
Said I don't know what we done to deserve this.
Oh. All right, that was worth it. Okay, so Binia kind of turns to the rest of you and says, we will share our story, but we will not share it with him. And he can stay there, or you can join him.
Got no argument for me. And I go sit down.
Is he going to be okay over there?
No harm will come upon him, but no harm shall be visited upon us, and no violence shall be suffered, not in this grove.
So we're not fighting.
No, big guy, we're okay now. You can take a seat.
Oh, all right.
Right. Rock sits down.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like it's the Flintstones and I'm the saber-toothed cat that's been put outside.
Hey, Horatio, you just see like a gash in my shoulder. It's like, hey, you got any, hi.
Again?
Hi.
All right, we'll do level 5 cure wounds. I will not.
I offered to help operate, use my medical training for Digger. I can help you with my medical training.
No, buddy, I think I'm good. I have a feeling your medical training is more absolute than anything.
I mean, it's you pick it up in the military, but it
absolute.
involves a bleeding arm. Well,
I'm good. I appreciate the offer. I'll come to you when I need it.
All right.
So it's another 25 minus the forest attacks.
Okay.
All right. So how much? 25?
Yep.
All right. Another 5 off the top there.
So
So you get 20 again.
I can live.
All right. So she kind of beckons you all to sit down in a circle around the fire up, and asks you to kind of move up to the kind of upper platform. You can see that these kind of lower platforms tend to be kind of smaller living quarters. But as you ascend up, the leaves and branches that form the kind of ceiling of this platform are really tightly bound together. As you kind of move up through the night and into this space, you see that no light from the outside penetrates this pitch black chamber. The floor itself is covered with mounds of long curled leaves, reddish bones, simple fetishes. There's a stone oven in the center of the hall, and it's lashed to one of the tree trunks that passes up through the room. Binia and the rest of the family moves up in this space, and as she passes through, she runs her fingers along the walls of the space, and the same glistening moss that was present below begins to illuminate the skin of the interior, and she bids you welcome to the Starless Hall and asks you to sit around the oven here, well, the hearth, and says, "Let us exchange the stories of these families we have found." Everybody cool with that?
It's a trap.
Yeah, I'll sit down.
It's a trap, says the guy who, unprovoked, throws something at his own party member.
The worst part is legitimately forgetting that, like, she said, don't fucking do it. And then I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, I was legitimately told, just don't. And I totally
you were legitimately told, just don't, after the entire time you've been in this setting. You have said, hey, don't choose violence. If you don't choose violence, violence will not choose you.
Yep.
Actions have consequences.
Great.
I just don't get to eat, you know? It's fine. I just get to go to bed without supper. I'm like Max and Where the Wild Things Are, you know?
I like that you are both the saber-toothed tiger from Flintstones, the Mac from Where the Wild Things Are.
I'm just going to wax poetically while stuck in this circle, you know?
Sounds great. Digger will continue to tell his own story to himself. The only person who wholeheartedly buys into his bullshit, except for everybody else who can't roll well enough to not know the difference.
I have always wholeheartedly.
I never believe anything that comes out of his mouth.
Oh, so good.
All right. So, you guys all sit down around the hearth, as do the Roachlings and Villapon and Civics. Civics, you see, is seated next to Binia, and there is a space in between Binia and Ganshu and Fanshu, and another space between Civics and Villapon. They bid you kind of complete the circle, and Binia shares that she was once indentured to a slaver whose forest is hidden in the Morgan Hills, and she left the slaver's hold when she had completed her tenure, and was told that she would stay on, but she ran away. And while she was in the forest, she discovered this grove of the pointing fingers of Durnday by accident. And she felt that the trees called to her to serve as their guardian and to welcome others that the fingers beckoned into the forest, taking them from the homes of their birth that cast them out to give them a family. And since then, she says that the finger has beckoned all manner of fairy beasts and humanoid to this treetop enclave. She shares with you the kind of similar story that you heard when you were in town of the legacy of Darren who was the primal tender of the great forest. And that at this point, these kind of hands and fingers of Darren are these kind of well-kept secrets that each have guardians. And though some of the kind of origins or kind of powers of these, or their purpose, is not completely clear. There are kind of aspects that reveal themselves to the Guardians. And well, Derrinde is said to be this primal tender and is thought of as the father of the forest. The mother of the forest works to undo Derrinde's hold, to kind of shape her own narrative for what the kind of lost souls of the great forest um, should do, and how they should kind of follow and who they should follow. Um, she works actively to obfuscate the kind of call of Derrinde to be tenders of the forest, and instead do her bidding. So, um, yeah, she says the longer that she has been here, the harder it has been to be the conduit. That no matter how brightly she burns, it always feels that there is fuel beckoning her to burn brighter. And so her family holds her up and supports her as she looks over them as tender. You see, kind of as you look around, that there are kind of like all manners um, of of kind of forest prizes, kind of keepsakes, or kind of uh, kind of fetishes that are made from various kind of forest creatures. And she says that each of us carry these little reliquaries with us, and we don them to honor Durende. Um, and the family starless kind of all kind of repeat these little creeds as Binny is speaking, and they say that Durende rejects the forest mother, but chooses these guardians to allow us to continue to tender the forest, so that it might grow and nurture those who are lost. And Binia kind of reemerges in to the conversation, and says that just as Derrinde beckoned to me and chose me to share with those who have not families of their own, and welcome them into the kind of roots of the forest, he has chosen me to seek out and reveal a great truth. And I'm so close. I'm so close. The things that I see as I venture forth into the wood, and the visions that are granted to me by the forest, I am so close to piecing them all together. You can see the stories on the totem that your wayward friend stands upon, and in the runes that you read, the story of this forest and its trees and family members can be completed by me. And this will be the service that I give to honor our father of the family Starless. And in that way, Durende will continue to point the way for those who seek guidance long beyond when I have returned to his embrace. and they all go around and kind of share their story. Ganchu and Fanchu were two of the slaves that worked in the Morgo Hills um, underneath the slaver, and were able to leave and followed Binia when she departed. Villapon is a dryad who you can tell is kind of the second to Binia. You see that her skin is branded with angular glyphs, some of which you recognize from the runic circle down that encircle the concentric rings around Darende. Civics, you can tell from the way that he looks at Binia that he has great affection for her. And based on, well, make me a history check, Horatio, Rock, Lam, Cletus.
16.
16.
Like 7.
Okay, so Lam and Horatio, you were able to remember that during the short combat that you had, Civics was playing his flute nearly the entire time, and very focused on Binia. And you can assume that he's a bard, and he was kind of playing for her to strengthen her in battle. And then Binia says that while I'm often away from my family, I can always come back to this place, and I know, no matter where I am in the Great Wood, how to return and what my family needs, because Darende has blessed me with clairvoyance to see his will and to piece together the story that the lost souls of the forest need to lead them to their destiny as he has led me to mine. And who are you besides apologists for the one below? What is your family? How have you chosen one another?
Well, to start out, it was literally by contract in the beginning. Because we all worked for the same folks, but we kind of grew together. Outside the cat, we all kind of grew closer together. At least I grew closer to everyone else. The cat I've been traveling with the longest, unfortunately. He's been like this the entire time.
And only the contract binds you together? Nothing more?
Between me and the cat, yes, but everyone else I've gotten to know, and I trust these guys with my life. I've been through a lot with them. I didn't even know these guys were here when I came here looking for my father. So, and here they are. How did you guys? Oh yeah, we already went over how you guys got here. I'm forgetful.
A tree.
Yeah, you guys
That's
walked
one
through a
does.
tree. You guys walked through a tree and ended up here.
My stone told me to go this way.
Yeah,
Your stone?
Mm-hmm. When I got out of the army, I spent everything I had on the magic stone of the super guardian angel. A very nice man was kind enough to sell it to me, and he totally it will always make sure that I'm safe. And so we got a little lost, and I turned to it for help, and it brought us here.
not the strangest thing we've done. Really not.
Rock, did you really buy a stone when you got out of the army?
Yeah.
How did I miss that in your backstory?
When I got introduced to the Tasty Boys,
Yeah.
Rock had 4 gold.
That's amazing.
Brilliant.
The reasons why he's so equipment light is because he spent all of his everything he earned in the army, cashed out, and he bumped into a con man who was like, "Yeah, it's the magic stone of the super guardian angel. It's
Nice.
super powerful magic, but I'll sell it to you. You know, you seem like a good guy and like somebody who needs some looking out for. But it's super important. I can't let it go cheap." And Rock was just like, "Here is all my money. What would be fair?"
All right. I'll throw in a mimic finding rod.
That's what you get for trusting a
Beautiful.
guy named Scam Lightly.
Yep.
Likely. Sorry.
Oh. And you, Bard, and you, Minotaur, what brings you here? A contract brings the dwarf, a rock brings the
Halfling.
unharried dwarf. Halfling?
Yep.
Halfling?
They get us confused all the time.
He's quite thick.
Yep.
I mean, I am
Runs in the family.
All right, so I'll tell the story of how I met the Tasty Boys, erupting from the giant worm. Talk about Cletos defeating the dragon, us subsequently having to go find Cletos.
Are you just talking about this, or are you singing about this?
Oh, I'll sing the tale.
Yes.
Yada yada yada. Meeting Rock at the Ghost
Hank
Carnival. Wow, you can't forget the Hank hole.
Oh God, I forgot about the Hank hole until you said that. Thank you, Digger.
Still can't believe how many of us fit in the Hank hole.
All right, and how did you arrive here?
Right here? I mean, we followed the rock.
You walked.
Well, yes.
But how did you come to the forest?
Through a tree.
Through a tree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was in a room in a castle. There was it the Heart Room?
Like
yeah, it was the Heart.
And there are a bunch of fairies.
Yep. You came out of the heart of the forest.
I mean, I guess if you put it that way.
It was like it was in a castle thing. It wasn't in a forest.
I mean, but it was a tree.
It was a tree.
Yeah, it looked a lot like this grove.
Why do you call it the Heart?
We don't.
That was the name on the door to the room the tree was in.
This is all very confusing.
Yes.
And
welcome to literally half of our adventures. We're confused, but we just keep rolling with it.
The door I looked through was just
you see her her eyes kind of roll back in her head, and you see the satyr kind of go to catch her as the Eridne goes limp. He catches her, and you can hear him starting to kind of sing softly under her breath, or under his breath, and you see her body start to relax, and she kind of slowly is lowered to the floor, and you can hear her like speaking almost in tongues, but you recognize she's like conjugating using different languages, and as she does that, you see these kind of runes begin to light up in the air as she continues to speak very softly, but you see the satyr kind of reach down and pick up his flute and begin to kind of harmonize with her as Digger, you are down on the totem altar, and around you, you see new runes begin to appear, first on the outer edges, and then slowly kind of moving in towards you, and they kind of sear themselves in and then glow with that same kind of phosphorescence that the kind of bars of the runes that are kind of keeping you in begin to or that are glowing. And as this happens, the music begins to swell, and you start to see these runes that are, kind of flashing up, singe themselves into the sky that has been painted from the lichen that's glowing in the phosphorescence on the ceiling of the starless starless hall. And at that moment, you see a large orc walk in to the room and take a place between um, uh, Villapon and Binia and Civic, and he and Ganchu and Fanchu begin to follow the Dryad in a kind of mantra. And as they're doing this, Binia begins to kind of speak louder and louder, and these runes begin to kind of glow and illuminate the ceiling until all of the kind of phosphorescent moss creates this web of kind of veins that are stretching across, illuminating the sky as though you're looking up on the clearest night, and you see every single star stretched out upon the sky. And as it reaches a fever pitch, you see a figure walk in, much shorter than the orc, sporting a long beard, and he walks up behind you into the center of the circle and places his hand upon Binia's forehead as she slowly begins to slow down, and Civic slows the tempo of his song. Digger, you start to see the rings slowly fade out from the outside until only the closest ring is illuminated. Lom, your Dedar begins to scream in your ear, and this dwarf looks over and says, Lom. Kron? My sons? In one place? And grandfather's rock? And we'll find out what happens next time on a very delicious episode of D&DDT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty Boys.
I throw a dart at him.
Interdimensional.
The recording has
That
stopped.
has been the end of our quasquicentennial episode of D&DDT with the Tasty Boys. From the Beard, you can find me at Huey Beard Walks or at Heel Turn Radio, and you can find us here every other Wednesday on twitch.tv/NoMorldUnited. We'll be back on the 28th of July for episodes 126 and 127 of our ongoing fast casual 5e D&D culinary experience of the interdimensional variety. You can check out episodes on dnddt.com or follow us at dnddt podcast on Twitter. Boys, let them know where they can find you.
All right, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Cubicle Zombie. You can also find me next Monday and every other Monday right here on this very channel for Down and Outlands.
Story. I'm Warrior. You can find me at Warrior MN on the socials. You can also find me this coming Monday and every other Monday on Down and Outlands. You can also find me on Roads Uncharted. I'm doing a guest arc. It's the live play Genesis podcast. I play another Minotaur, a different one. And this Friday is the last episode in the arc. So it's episodes 20 through 24. Check it out at Roads Uncharted on the socials or roads-uncharted.simplecast.com. It's super fun. It's a great podcast. Worth listening to the whole thing. It's a really cool system, etc. If you would like to see me in person, you can stop by Ted's Recreation at Lexington and Larpenteur in St. Paul, Minnesota, although I think it's technically Falcon Heights, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow. Dive Club's back and it's live. So do it.
I am Orinvite on all social media and Orinvite18 right here on Twitch. You can find me obviously here every other Wednesday, both ruing and lamenting my decisions, but not regretting them.
That's the truest shit you've ever said.
You can find me on IWTV, on most things, ICW No Holds Barred, No Peace Underground, Time Bomb Pro, coming up with Bloodlust at the end of the month in Fargo, where I face Eric Cannon for sole possession of his own finishing move. Now, this may or may not be a factual stipulation, but if you put it out in the universe long enough, it works. So
it's factual as anything Digger's ever said.
Yep. So that Total Anarchy's coming home with me, baby. And then, most importantly, the granddaddy of them all at the end of the month, King of the Death Matches for IWA Mid-South, where I will not almost die in the first round, and I will make a push and hopefully have better results this year.
Hey, Knox said the only difference between ruining and regretting is rolling a 1 on that final death save.
Too soon. Too soon.
Oh.
That's beautiful.
I'm referee Dan Fitzgerald. You can find me in most social medias at Ref Dan Fitz. On Friday, I will be in Ashby, Minnesota, with the American Wrestling Federation for a TV taping. So that's going to be as interesting as it always is with the American Wrestling. Yeah, pretty much. I'm still working out the other pieces of some projects I am working on that I can't announce soon, but it is me getting back into art. So it's gonna be fun and should be interesting once I get that back up and running in the next couple weeks. I got other shows that I'll be announcing later in the month when I get to them. So yeah, thank you.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter, and theoretically on Twitch at Finger Twitchings. You can also find my D&D book, Party Starters, on the Apple Books platform or at RPG Drive-Thru. Yeah, I think that's everything.
All right. So, as always, you can find us every other Wednesday here on twitch.tv/KnownWorldUnited. Check us out, dnDDT.com. Be on the lookout for D&Deets as they come out for previous episodes and future episodes on the website or on Twitter at DNDDT Podcast. I'm the Beard. This is DNDDT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty
boys.
Interdimensional.
Ding.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bummed I was muted. It was a really good one too. It was like Tasty Boys.
Tasty Boys.
Oh yeah, the Tasty Boys.
Hey.
We're going Italian with the second
The Tasty
restaurant.
Boys.
Hey.